Imagine waking up in the morning, checking your laptop or your mobile phone, only to realize that you just made $1,000, $10,000, $50,000 before you even started the day. Where you don't have to be constantly hunting each day because there is some sort of recurring that kicks in for the day before you even do anything. Now that is exactly what we are going to be discussing and exploring in this video. Today in this video, I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I've discovered, some of the things that I've learned in my journey of building up recurring from the typical coaching to membership sites to newsletters and now software, and some of the different principles that I've learned just by watching and modeling what Disney Plus, Netflix have been working on and how you can apply this in your business. And in full transparency, everything that I've done up to this point, the awards that you've seen, whether it's the 2 Comma Club X or 2cc, a lot of it is working active income. It's not so much in recurring. Recurring was something that we started off 6 years ago for our newsletter and coaching, and then for our software 1.5 years ago. So a big part of my focus, my resources, has really been into just how do we build up this recurring revenue stream. And today I'm going to be sharing with you 8 crucial things that's going to change everything when it comes to recurring. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the art of boosting your product business profits through the magic of recurring revenue. Now, important thing to note is regardless of your business size, recurring revenue is ultimately the golden ticket to escalating your enterprise value to a whole new level. And to help you in this journey, I've created a formula of 8 dynamic elements, which I've called it the Epic 8, totally pull it out of my ass, to help you make recurring revenue even more alluring. And first and foremost, let's begin with the first irresistible allure. I'm calling this first principle all about crafting your product to be so tantalizing that your customers simply can't resist coming back for more. So the way I like you to think about it is, if you take a look at every good recurring offer, let's go back in time and let's begin with something like Sports Illustrated, okay, where they would have bikini babes. I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but they would have bikini babes on the front cover, and they would say things like, sign up for a 1-year subscription for our magazines. You are going to be able to get this thing, this physical premium that's totally unrelated with the magazine. So you get like this oversized football phone, okay? And even though it's nothing really to do with the magazine, it was this irresistible, alluring thing that you will get upfront as a result for signing up for this thing that's recurring. So one of the things that I discovered is that recurring on its own is a very tough sell. And the hard part is really acquiring this initial sale at the beginning. So if you want to be able to have a recurring, you want to be able to think about adding this and stacking the value upfront so that it's just irresistible, whether it's a physical premium, whether it's training. Physical premiums is typically work, or something that is just so over the top that somebody would give your recurring, your 14-day trial, your first month, or maybe you started as just $1 for the first 7 days, so that's an absolute no-brainer because getting that initial sale is typically the hardest. Next up, number 2 is the Fortified flow. Now, this involves anchoring your recurring revenue to something else. So if you think about it, this kind of like a tangible collateral or like a digital storage. So let me give you an example. So companies such as like Dropbox or Google Drive ingeniously utilized a digital storage to establish this fortified continuity stream, right? And a physical collateral example might be, for example, a subscription-based meal where delivery service, where customers must return the container in order to receive their next dish. Now, if you think about it, this means that it kind of forces the person to come back over and over again. The third element, I'm calling it the transition trap. Now, I'm holding my iPhone here for a reason. See, here we create a psychological barrier to keep customers from straying by making it tougher or pricier or more time consuming to switch over to a competitor. So, for example, let's take iPhone. A phone company that lures people into utilizing their device. But if you really think about it, I'm talking to the iPhone users over here, right? Imagine if a competitor, Samsung, Xiaomi, somebody else came up with a new phone with 15 different lenses over here until there's no space left, right? Where it has got more features at a price point that's even lower. How many of you Apple users will jump ship to another product that's priced less with more features? Now, chances are right now that's already happening, right? Samsung has phones that has got more features at a less price. But why is it that, myself included, why am I still on an Apple device? It is because when we are thinking about jumping ship, we're thinking about the pain that is associated to swapping over. What are you thinking about? You're thinking, oh man, all of my music is all on iTunes, and all of my images is on the cloud, and I want to be able to continue being able to utilize AirDrop and drop my images over to the laptop. So even though there is another offer, another product, another competitor with more features with a less price point, it creates this barrier to swap over because of this pain or inconvenience to jump ship. With the software, with sales process, it's the same thing, right? I'm asking myself, what can I do to really lock users in so that either the software is paying for itself many, many times over, and it just makes no sense because it's now no longer an expense but rather an investment where it pays for itself many times over because all their funnels, all their emails, all their text reminders, all the assets is all in one place, and it just makes no sense to swap over. Now for you, that's what you want to be thinking. How can you make it so that it's painful for your customers and your audiences to jump ship to somewhere else? That's what makes a good recurring. And that brings us to number 4. Number 4, we'll call it exclusive enticement. And this entails narrowing the alternatives available to customers by flaunting a unique, either a competitive process, a trade secret, or a patent. Now, for example, a luxury watch brand with a patented feature, for example, is the sole provider of watches with that particular attribute. So this exclusivity sets you apart, reducing customer options, making your business more irresistible. And that brings us to the fifth element. The fifth element, I'm going to call it the noble nexus. I'm giving out all these different fancy names. Why? Just to make myself sound smarter. That's probably as transparent as it gets. But basically, it involves aligning your business with some sort of cause or movement, therefore the word noble, that resonates with your customers, that ignites their desire to contribute. Now, this could be a charity, this could be a political party, this could be a religious organization. So, an example would be kind of like Tom's shoes. I know it's not really recurring, but that's the best example I can give right now. But Tom's shoes to me is an ugly looking shoe. However, what makes them a billion-dollar company is because of the cause, which says, hey, if you buy a pair of shoes, we're going to be donating to another pair to somebody that's living in a third world country that really needs shoes. Now, because of that, what's that? That's the cause. That means like somebody's going, oh man, that's like, yeah, I may not like the shoe, but I'm in it for the cause. So what you want to be able to think about is, can you link what it is that you do to some sort of charity, some sort of organization that means something to you, and linking your revenue or your product to donate part of that proceeds to a charity that's supporting that thing, that education in an underprivileged country, for example. So now customers will keep paying because they feel that they're connected to your cause and they take pride in their contributions. And that brings us to number 6. Element 6 is all about camaraderie creation. Big words for a very simple thing, which is basically community. This means fostering a sense of belonging and identity within your business. Now, the example I'm going to give you is, some of you might probably know that when I started off my journey, the thing that even got me started with my entire business was playing computer games. And the thing that got me hooked, that I played for over 1,000 hours, while all my housemates were all getting high, when I was still in university, was World of Warcraft. Now here's the crazy thing about World of Warcraft. There was a point in time when I was grinding. Now when I say grinding, I'm not talking about grinding in a nightclub, but in the gaming sense, grinding was when you would kill this same mob over and over again in hopes of getting this drop or this loot, as they call it. Now let me tell you this, killing 10,000 wolves in order to hope for this rare drop is not fun, right? It came to a point in time when this game, it just felt like this mindless grind where I'm questioning my life's choices. But why do I still play this game? Because they made it so that at the end of the end game is that there was this, you put in this thing called guilds. And in your guild, you would do these 40-man raids together. And if you didn't show up, it feels like you're letting your community down. And I can tell you that even though the game was a grind and I wasn't enjoying it towards the end, I was still paying for it because I wanted to be part of that community, the part of that guild, and that's what kept me going for even many years after, even though I stopped playing the game because I was bored of it. Community was what enabled me to keep paying. Now, your business could be totally different. It could be a gym that hosts community events that encourages members to connect. Now that amplifies, right, camaraderie creation. This is when a person goes to the gym, it feels like they belong to this community. It's fun, it's exciting, they got to know friends, accountability partners. So this is where you want to be able to think about how can you get your customers and how will they keep paying, right, if they feel that they're part of or perceive themselves as part of a community and feel that they'll lose a piece of their identity by leaving. And that brings us to lucky number 7, which is binding bonds. Here we can legally craft binding contracts that guarantees customers will continue patronage of your product or service. So an example would be a yearly subscription that requires signed contracts. Now this enhances your business allure and secures a stable revenue stream. So the question you gotta ask yourself is it possible for me to make it so that when a person signs up for this offer, service, training, it actually comes with an agreement that says, hey, so this entire thing is, what example? An example would be like, whatever, $10,000 a year, right? But as part of this membership or training or subscription, you're able to be a part of this for whatever, $997 a year or a month, right? So now what you're really doing is you are positioning this offer as part of your, and it's legally binding as part of a contract where they're able to pay this amount per month, where it's actually $10,000 a year or $997 a month. Okay, so this is how you can increase stick rate. Now, granted, yes, if a person really wants to cancel, they can still cancel, but just having that in writing allows you to attract better quality clients and customers, people that aren't tire kickers, people that will be in it for a long haul. And this also allows you to best maximize their odds of seeing success at it, because now on the front, you're setting up the context that you're attracting people that's in it for the long haul. And finally, the last one we have is, for you, first of all, before I share with you what the last one, I just want to quickly share and thank and acknowledge the sponsors of this video, which is nobody. This video is sponsored by my left nut. So if you want to be able to support the channel, if you're enjoying these type of content, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you want to be able to see more videos just like this one. But finally, number 8 would be Cordial connections. So this focuses on cultivating a robust relationship with your customers through just exceptional customer service. So like for me, I understand that a software that builds funnels, sends out emails, text, automations, that's pretty much a commodity today. And I'm constantly asking myself, well, what can I do with salesprocess.com? Quick plug over there. Which, by the way, if you guys want to be able to have an all-in-one marketing solution that's powered by AI, be sure to go to salesprocess.com and open a free 14-day trial. experience it for yourself. But ultimately, the question I'm always asking is, well, how do I differentiate this from all of the other softwares out there? Because it's built on high level. There's tons of different softwares out there that might do something similar. So the thing that I asked myself is, what's going to make it different from Kajabi or ClickFunnels or Infusionsoft and all these other things? And to me, this would be everything that I mentioned, right? This could be the community, this could be training, this could be the events that we do, this would be the customer support, this would be the onboarding. But this is what this last piece is all about. It's basically just thinking about exceptional customer service. So like for us, what it is that we do is to get people to stay. I understand that we're gonna be able to give them quick wins. So 3 times a week, we do live office hour calls just to showcase and onboard and support our users that might have any questions. We do events pretty much every quarter. We invite users of the community to come on board to these events to show them how to on the specific strategy, but all the strategy is typically linked to a feature of the software. So ultimately, when you can link what it is that you do with exceptional customer service, that is when the stick rate of your community or subscription or membership is going to be significantly higher. Hope you enjoyed these 8 things. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. As always, we're gonna pick 3 to 5 different people that comment as a winner for our upcoming AI training worth $997. So you're gonna be in the line and to be able to qualify for that. Let me know below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you truly want to get good at building a robust sales process, whether it's recurring, you probably need a membership site. You probably need all the different tools and automations to help you do that. Be sure to check out salesprocess.com if you want to be able to have that one all-in-one marketing solution. I'll see you in that next video.